Morning, everybody. Good morning. Get myself a bit situated here, and let's see. Okay, and we'll give it a minute or two for people to come on in. It's 10 o'clock right now. What is today? November 30th. Last day of November, and then we're into December, not far away from Christmas. We got a little bit of light snow on the ground. We were supposed to get 6 inches, so for some of you who are going to get hit with that, I'm sorry, but I'm grateful we didn't. So let's give it about one more minute, and then we'll start the meditation. Thank you for joining me. Thank you. Okay, I think we're going to go ahead and get going. And thank you guys for joining me. I really am grateful to have you here right now. Mom had a long night last night, and so, we didn't get a lot of sleep. She didn't get hardly any. And so whatever prayers and blessings you have for her, I would greatly appreciate that. And let's just give this meditation over to life, to creation, to God, whatever you want to call it, and let's just see where this whole thing goes. But I'm truly grateful to have you join. Thank you. So if you haven't already, just allowing yourself to be comfortable. Let me shift this just a little bit here because I'm sitting back. I'm in a rocking chair, and I want to make sure you can hear me good. Okay, there we go. Okay, so just closing your eyes and taking in a nice deep breath. And just letting go. I really mean this, just letting go of all the stress, all your burdens, all your worries. And what I love about meditation is it helps you to come back to the moment, the present moment. And it doesn't deal with anything in the past. It doesn't drag any dirt into this moment. It just is this present moment. And the beautiful thing about that is it doesn't matter what's going on in your life. When you fully come back to this present moment, and you're not thinking about any of the garbage or nonsense we carry into this, any shame or guilt or blame or any physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual pain. We can just be present with this moment and just let everything of the past go. Everything. And and Mom's here right now, and so I'm speaking honestly and candidly of not getting much sleep last night because her body was very uncomfortable. But I got up this morning with not a lot of sleep, and I thought, this is a brand new moment right now, and I get the choice to dwell on the night and my worries with her, or I get to choose to be fully present and in peace and in joy and in gratitude right now in this moment. It's easy to be grateful when everything is going the way we think it should go. But what about when things aren't going the way our mind wants it to go, our ego wants it to go? Can you still come back to a place of peace and joy and gratitude within yourself? So if there is any heaviness, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, any heaviness at all, I invite you just to give that all over to God. Everything. Just give everything to God. There's nothing whatsoever that you need to hold on to. And if you feel like there is anything you're holding on to, certainly letting go. I invite you to let go of any material things that you're holding on to. But I also invite you to let go of any emotional or mental attachments that you have as to how you think life should look. And this is one of the biggest thieves of our lives, our attachments to how we think life should look. And again, it's easy when things are flowing the way your ego thinks they should go, but what if we were to transcend that? What if we were to be grateful no matter what is going on in our lives? Just give thanks. Just to give thanks for this present juicy moment. And I know sometimes when things are challenging, it seems as though, how could we possibly be grateful for that? But when I let go of my resistance and I say, Father, if you don't want me to have any sleep, then I thank you because I know you're on my side. Father, if you're wanting me to be aware of my worry but not to be my worry, thank you. Thank you. I know you're teaching me something right now. Father, if there's any of my fears that I have, I know it's because you're helping me to become aware of those so that I can release those and let those go. I mean this with all of my heart. Life and God are truly on our side. Even though sometimes it doesn't look that way to our ego. So again, if there is any attachments, desires as to how you think life should look, I just invite you to let go of all of those. Come back to a place of innocence. Come back to a place that is peaceful. It's peaceful in the way that when we're not fighting against life and asking it to be any different than what it is, there can be peace no matter what. So right now, we're going to go through kind of a body type healing just to bring some love and light into the body. I invite you just to allow this beautiful golden white light enter at the soles of your feet. And in this beautiful God light, this golden white light, there is love, there is blessings, there is healing energy within it. And so just allow it to begin to fill up and envelop and permeate every single cell of your being as it enters your feet area. Every atom, every molecule, every single one is being blessed, loved, nourished, nurtured, healed. And as this energy begins to move up, and by the way, you don't need to use your mind to enhance it, just make the choice to allow this loving light to begin to fill you up and envelop you. As we see it going into the ankles, as we allow it to go into the ankles, you don't even need to see it, and into the shins and the calves, loving and relaxing every single cell, every single atom, your blood, your skin, your bones, all of it. And now we see it moving lovingly into the knees. And we know, all of us know how helpful the knees are, that they provide us support. And that is part of the symbolism of the knees, support. So right now I invite you just to allow in the love and the support of God, of Jesus, of Buddha, whatever your go-to or go-tos are. I actually have several teachers that I like to invite in to support me and us. But just allowing all this love, this blessings, this healing energy into your knees. And now we see this beautiful, loving, healing light as it begins to go into our hamstrings, our thighs, our upper legs. As it begins to move to the base of the spine. And at the base chakra, the base of the spine is the base chakra or the first chakra. And just allowing that to become perfectly balanced. Don't worry about which way it spins. Just allow God, allow Spirit, allow life to support you right now in balancing that energy center. And I also invite you to allow in the color that represents that energy center, which is the color of red. Courage. And it's also where we store our shame. So I invite you to let go of any shame. I mean all of it. You don't need to carry anything into this meditation nor life. But at least for this meditation, just let go of all the shame that you've ever carried. And let's face it, we've all done crazy bad things. It's not a matter of whether we've done crazy bad things or not. It's a matter of whether we're going to continue to destroy ourselves by carrying it. It never serves to carry this heavy baggage of shame, of guilt, of blame around, because even though we at some level may feel we deserve it, if we truly want to clean up any messes we've made, and we really don't need to, but if you feel you need to, know that the greatest thing you could do is to let go of all these things, and that will be the greatest gift to anyone that you've ever felt you've harmed. And now we see this loving, healing light as it continues to move up the spine and into the navel area, your belly button. That is your second chakra. And just allowing God to just balance that energy center, and also just you allowing in the color of orange. Allow it to fill you up, to envelop you, to surround you. And that is the color of strength, stamina, and endurance. And if at any time you feel any physical pains that come up in your body, I invite you to just notice them, to be with them. Don't try to fight them or struggle with them, because the fighting and the struggling with them will only create more pain and suffering. It doesn't mean the pain completely goes away, but the more you can just be present with it without resisting it, as Eckhart Tolle says, anytime you bring conscious awareness to anything, there is healing energy. There's healing that takes place. And so now we move up to the third chakra, which is the color of yellow and is located just beneath the rib cage at the solar plexus. And just allowing God, Spirit, to just bring balance to that energy center. And this is the energy center of joy. And actually, let me just back up just a little bit, because the second energy center was where we store our guilt. And so I invite you to let go of, just like the shame, just letting go of all of your guilt, all of it. There's nothing whatsoever you need to carry into this meditation or to life itself. And then the third center, the third chakra for joy, this is where we carry our blame. And we see a tremendous amount of this going on in the world, particularly in politics these days, where everybody is blaming the other person. They just don't get it. If they only knew what I knew. The truth is, they don't have to get it. The only one that needs to get it is you, is me. We just have to get it for ourselves. That's all. There's nothing to get even. There's really nothing to get. It's about letting go of those things that stand in the way of recognizing the very truth of who you are right now in this moment and every moment. So just letting go of any blame that you have of yourself, or any blame that you have with anyone else, at least for this meditation. And your mind, your ego may have your so-called enemies, but I would say this to you, that at the core of who they are not one single bit different than you. They are of love, peace, joy, of the God essence, exactly the same as you. Some people are more conscious and aware of their God essence than others. That is the only difference. But at the core, there is no difference whatsoever. And now, as we see this beautiful loving light move up the spine and into the chest or the heart area, which is your fourth chakra, the chakra of love. So right now, I just invite you to allow your heart to open, allow all the love in from God and all the support around us right now, the support around you. Just allow your heart to be nurtured and loved and appreciated. And this is the color of green. And so just allowing green in. Just allowing it to fill you up, to surround you, to envelop you. And I don't know that we did that with yellow. I don't believe we did. So let's just go back and allow in yellow for joy also. Allow in yellow to fill you up, to surround you and envelop you as well. When you move beyond the first three chakras and into your heart, you move beyond the shame, the guilt, the blame, so that you now can open your heart to experience at a deeper level the next three chakras. So now we allow the energy of the spine to move up and into the throat chakra. This is the color of sky blue, and it represents expression. And the color of sky blue represents peace. Allowing peace, allowing sky blue, in allowing your energy center, your fifth chakra, to be balanced perfectly, just like the other four chakras. And we now see this beautiful loving light as it flows into our head region, just filling up, completely filling up our head. And by the way, just allowing this energy right now to love, bless, nurture, and heal every single organ, all of your blood, your skin, your bones. And we're in the head region, so allowing it to completely fill up your eyes, your ears, your nose, and completely filling up your brain and loving all of that organ as well. And allowing it to bring balance, to connect all the nerves that need to be connected and to allow them to flow in harmony throughout your body. Every single cell and atom and nerve all connecting and communicating with your body to bring it to full repair, to full health. And again, you don't need to enhance this with your mind. Just allow this energy to take place, just by making the choice that you allow it to. And so we come to the middle of the forehead, your sixth chakra, which is your third eye or your intuition. Allowing that to be perfectly balanced. And that is the color of indigo blue, dark blue. And just allowing that dark blue to fully come into your body, filling you up, surrounding you, enveloping you. And then lastly, we go to the crown chakra, which is at the top of the head. That is allowing it to spin and be balanced. And that is the color of violet. And that is your God center. And this is where you allow in God's love and support. So just allowing the color of violet to fill you up, to surround you, to envelop you. And now we have this beautiful flow of energy coming all the way from Mother Earth, connecting with your feet, flowing all the way through your body, through your toes and feet and ankles, through your calves and shins, and through your knees, your thighs and hamstrings, and filling up everything, every single organ in your body, every single cell, every atom, every one of them being loved and blessed. And every single cell, every atom is its own universe. Just sending love, sending your own love to all of the different universes. Trillions. And our bodies are 99.9 something percent space. And even though it looks like our bodies are dense and we physically see an image with our eyes, it's because the molecules are moving so fast that it looks like it's solid. But even the rock, science shows that even the rock is not solid. So just allowing your body to completely be balanced and allowing this energy flow all the way up through your body, out the top of your head as it flows out, flows down your arms and through your hands and fingers. Just allowing everything to come back into balance. And now I invite you just to come back to being conscious and aware of your breath. And just notice the breath, how it flows in and out like the waves of an ocean. It doesn't require anything from us. There's no trying, there's no effort, there's no doing. We're just simply observing it, that's all. And of course, when we observe the mind and we become very conscious and aware, it allows us to be aware of the busyness of the mind. The busyness of the mind is not our focus, though. But when the mind does get busy, some people see this as a negative thing. But the truth is, we have about 60,000 to 120,000 thoughts every single day, which ends up being a thought every single second, literally. There is nothing bad or wrong with that if we are being conscious and aware of the thoughts and we're not allowing them to drag us through the mud of life. They are only bad, they will only bring stress, suffering, negativity if in fact we are not being conscious and aware of them, and if we're believing them to be true. So whatever the thoughts are, you don't need to fight them or resist them. You don't need to make them bad or wrong. You don't need to analyze them or correct your thinking, because it is not you. It is simply the mind being busy. That's all. And if there's any restlessness within your mind or restlessness within your body, just simply notice it. Don't try to fight it or get rid of it or make it bad or wrong. Just simply be aware of it. Oh, okay. I see my mind is very busy. I see my body is restless. Those are just thoughts. Just be aware of those thoughts, but don't try to fight it. The more you fight it, the more pain and stress you will create. And if your body or mind says, no, I don't want it, I don't want it there, then just simply notice that thought and be aware of that. So just coming back to being consciously aware of your breath. And if your mind is drifted, just come back to the present moment. Come back to being consciously aware of your breath. And wherever you're at in your life is absolutely perfect. There's nothing whatsoever that you need to feel any shame or guilt or blame within yourself. Wherever you're at is just where you're at. And it's perfect. And just be aware of that. Just be consciously aware of that. And again, if your mind is drifted, just coming back to being aware of your breath. You are conscious awareness. You are the one that is aware of the breath, of the thoughts, of anything within and around your body. Just be aware of it all. And when you have that awareness, then come back to bringing your focus back to either the breath, or if you want to choose to focus on space or stillness, that's perfect as well. And if your mind is drifted, again, just coming back to being consciously aware of your breath, the witness to the breath. Again, just coming back to the present moment, back to being aware of your breath, which brings you back home to who you are, the one who is witnessing the breath, the thoughts, the world, life, feelings, experiences, all of it. going to begin to complete this meditation. It's finishing a little early. It's about 10:45-ish without looking at the time. But so those of you who would like to continue meditating, please mute or turn your device off. And thank you so much for joining today. And for those of you who are ready to finish, just taking in a nice deep breath. And just making sure you're fully rooted, fully grounded back in this physical body that you use to get around in this life. And just moving your body a little bit, stretching a little bit, making sure you're bringing some energy back into it. And taking your time, and whenever you're ready, opening your eyes. And I'm just going to take a quick peek to see who is out there visiting. Oh, Cheryl Grunset. Hi, Cheryl. Good morning. Nice to have you here. And Michelle. Good morning, Michelle. Good morning. You have a great day too, my friend. And let's see. Let me go over to YouTube also and see. Turn that off, and I don't see any comments. So whoever's out there in YouTube land, thank you so much for joining. Thank you. So all right, we'll be on for 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Thanks for joining me, you guys. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.